In the year 1883, a man named Aaron Ritchie arrived in an area along the Piflacascati River and established his homestead with a post office in his home, giving the settlement the title of Port Ritchie. However, by 1914, the area around nearby Orange Lake began being called New Port Ritchie, while Port Ritchie remained at the original site at the mouth of the Piflacascati. New Port Ritchie would begin to grow rapidly in 1916 when a man by the name of George Sims purchased the Port Ritchie Land Company. Many factors led to the real estate bubble that caused the first Florida land boom. One of these such factors was the expansion of the American railroad systems into southern Florida, notably the Florida East Coast, Southern, and the Central and Peninsular Railroads. Along with the new railroads, the Everglades were being drained, creating dry land that was suitable for urban development. The outbreak of World War I also cut the rich off from Mediterranean beaches, causing tourists to flock to parts of the United States with tropical or Mediterranean climates. However, the most important invention that led to the land boom was that of the automobile. The boom mostly centered on the growing metropolis of Miami. The boom also spread to the west coast of the state, notably New Port Ritchie, which attempted to become a winter home for Hollywood stars. The town was promoted throughout Los Angeles as a great place to film movies, and many silent films were shot in the area. The publicity inspired many of the elite to buy property in the area, including famous actors such as Ed Wynn and Gloria Swanson, and the famous composers such as Paul Whiteman and Irving Berlin, writer of White Christmas, alongside the famed golfer Gene Sarazen. However, New Port Ritchie's most important inhabitant was the silent film actor Thomas Meighan. Meighan became obsessed with Florida after learning about the land boom from his realtor brother, James Meighan, buying property in Ocala in 1925. His aspirations quickly turned to New Port Ritchie though, and in 1926, the Meighan Theater opened to a screening of Meighan's movie, The New Klondike. Meighan was not present, but sent a congratulatory telegram. Meighan eventually built a house in New Port Ritchie in 1927, but by that time, the Florida land boom began to die down. The 1920s Florida land boom did not die spectacularly, but more fizzled out. The sheer excess of building materials being sent throughout the state led to clogged rail lines, with rail traffic being severely choked. By January of 1925, Forbes magazine reported that Floridian land prices were only based on the expectation of finding a customer, not on any real land value. And the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, began to call the Florida real estate boom a sham operation. In October of 1925, Floridian rail companies instituted an embargo due to the gridlock, only allowing food, fuel, perishables, and essential commodities to enter the state via rail. The end of the first Florida land boom stomped out any efforts by the city of New Port Ritchie to become a winter Hollywood. Meighan's Theater will premiere its first movie with sound in 1930, with Meighan himself pushing the button to start the sound. But his theater would close 4 years later, a victim of the Depression. However, the building reopened in 1938 as the New Port Ritchie Theater and still operates today as the Ritchie Suncoast Theater. New Port Ritchie was as much a product of the first Florida land boom as the city's counterparts along the Atlantic coast. And it goes to show just how the real estate bubble affected the whole state and not just the growing Miami metropolis. The 1920s were a turbulent time in the state of Florida, and their legacy is still very apparent in the modern day.